So I have the tomato cage upside down, and then I have a standard plastic pumpkin pail. And what I've got now is just a regular yard size garbage bag. Slide it over the top. Okay, next I've just cut a piece of twine and I'm going to go around. I want to aim for the pumpkin bucket. I'm just going to go ahead and tie this in here. What you're doing is you're giving your witch a waist. And what I'm going to use is another pumpkin bucket for the head. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little hot glue, and then we're going to add the pumpkin on top. And what we're going to do next is glue this to the top. Now I want my pumpkin to light up at night, her face. I want it to sparkle. So I got one of these sparkly little lights. I'm going to go ahead and put that inside her head. Now next, of course, she needs a witch hat. So I'm going to go ahead and tip it upside down. And I've got these old bags, but you can use fiber fill or whatever you want, and I'm just gonna go ahead and stick them inside. So basically they're like garbage bags or grocery store bags. And then I'm gonna go ahead and place this right on top. So now you can embellish it however you want to. Now I'm gonna be making 3 of them, and we are gonna connect their hands together. I'm gonna add a little bit of hot glue to it, and now they have arms joining, and you can spread them apart. Here are all 3 witches all ready to go outside. Here they are all on display, and I'm so excited with how they turned out. Start by placing your hula hoop on the ground. Place a binder clip in the center. Make a loop of twine between the binder clip and the hula hoop so that the binder clip stays in the center. Repeat this process on the opposite side, and then repeat this process a few more times so that you have all the strands reaching out. Next, grab your twine, tie it on, wrap the twine around and weave it around each of the strands. Once you get all the way around, tie it off. Repeat this process a few more times till your spider web is complete. Next, grab your spray paint and spray paint your entire spider web black. Once your spider web is dry, you can hang the spider web up inside your house or outside. Head over to Dollar Tree, start by placing your tomato cage upside down on your yard, and tape the prongs together so they make a nice point. Grab your light strand, start at the top, wind the light strand around and around the tomato cage until you reach the bottom. Grab your rectangle tablecloth, spread it all out, and wrap this around the tomato cage. Cut off the excess. Grab your round tablecloth, fold it up like a cone, and cut off the extra from the bottom. Lay the circle tablecloth out onto the ground. Place the tomato cage on top of the circle tablecloth. Place your solar panel out so it gets plenty of sunlight. You've now created a giant witch hat, which lights up at night. To start this project, you're going to need some tablecloths, some eyeballs, and some tape. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up this white tablecloth. Next, with the scissors, I'm going to go ahead and cut strips of the white tablecloth. And they don't need to be perfect. And now what I'm going to do is cut some wide strips all the way down the long ways of the tablecloth. So I'll be focusing on this column here in front of my door. So this little pillar has an edge here, so I'm gonna start underneath of it, and I'm gonna start about 8 to 12 inches underneath. And I'm just gonna start by grabbing a piece of tape. I'm going to take one of the green strips of tablecloth and tape it to the column here, like this. The next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna wind it around the column, making sure that it overlaps each time. Now when I get to the end here, what I'm gonna do is grab a little tape, and I'll be using Scotch tape for this next step. Once I have it taped on this side, I just added another strip, and then I continue to reach around the column, and I can straighten it out if I need to, but it really doesn't need to be perfect for what we're doing. So I'll go ahead and keep wrapping this whole column with the green tablecloth, and I'll show you what we're gonna do next. Now I've got a piece of black tablecloth, and I'm gonna just cut it down here, and it doesn't need to be perfect again, like so. move this piece out of the way. And I'm gonna go ahead and I just wanna give it a few zigzags, but again, doesn't need to be perfect. So I'm just gonna cut some zigzags in here. I'm leaving it folded so that I can do this quicker. So next I'm opening up the tablecloth. I'm going to place it right under this top part here, and I'm going to wrap it around the back and then tape it into place. So I've got an eyeball here, and I've taken some gaffer's tape and looped it, and I'm going to place that right in the center of the eye. Now the reason for not using hot glue is sometimes the hot glue will melt through the tablecloth, so I want something that's not going to ruin that tablecloth. I'm going to take the eyeballs and place them approximately where I want them. So it's time to add the face. So I'm going to add a little nose here. I don't want him to be too scary. So I'm going to go ahead and draw his face here. And then of course I want some stitches. Here's how he looks like all finished up. So I've got my white tablecloth. I'm going to place it right here at the top and add a piece of gaffer's tape to hold it in place. Next, what I'm going to do is start winding the tablecloth around the column. So I have an eyeball here, and I'm going to take some gaffer's tape that I've looped to stick on the back of the eyeball. Now this is important because hot glue can sometimes melt the tablecloth, and we don't want that. Now I'm going to reach up and put the eyeballs onto the column. So for this next one, I want it to come right underneath the eyes and overlap. So I'm gonna just drop this down a little bit, and like before, I'm going to use some gaffer's tape again to get it started. And then I'm gonna go around the front and come in and overlap those eyes just a little bit, and then finish wrapping it around. And then continue wrapping as I go. Now I added a little crisscross pattern here and a few other things, but I also know that this column, because it's white, it doesn't show up quite as much. So I've added some dirt to it, but I'm also adding some brown crayon to it to help with some definition. Here's my mummy, and I'm thrilled with how he turned out. I hope this inspires you to create some wrapped columns of your own. Again, I'm Chas from Chas's Crazy Creations. Thanks for watching Home Talk, and I'll see you next time.